watch Red Raw. God. Don't ever have a thunderous burp like that.
Oh my god.
Kill someone. Hello! Don't mind us, I just burped in the last episode and blew my face off.
I need a minute when I start laughing. It's hard for me to stop.
Welcome to another episode of All Things Nerdy. Compose yourself, be professional. I'm worried a few more burps like that and I'll sound like Gollum. Honestly.
You're not helping.
Honestly, man. It sound like Gollum or I sound like Thanos. Right, so we talked about Marvel last time. This time we're going to talk about DC. Because we like to rant about DC, don't we?
Yes.
We're going to try and not talk about Zack Snyder, but we are going to talk about Zack Snyder. So if you don't like us ranting about Zack Snyder, then get the hell out of here. So first story, we're also going to talk about something else that isn't DC.
What are you doing?
We're also going to talk about something that isn't DC, and it's not really all that nerdy either. I just thought we'd talk about it so you can get our opinions on it. So the first point is, Katie.
Yes.
Jared Leto is returning as the Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Sorry. There's a little corner mouth for one. Try to sneak it up faster. How do we feel about Jared Leto returning?
You know what it is, right? Jared Leto's great, but his Joker is not great.
Nope. No, it is not.
So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same Joker we saw in Suicide Squad. When you think about it, he could look different, and it might just be that Jared Leto coming back, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the same one. But
I want to believe that that's the case, but I don't think it is. I think he's coming back as his Joker. The thing is, and everyone, a lot of people say that he got a lot of hate for no reason. There was reason. He wasn't a very good Joker. The Joker shouldn't just be a two-bit gangster like Jared Leto's Joker was.
He didn't do anything either. I don't see the point of the Joker in that movie, in Suicide Squad. He was only in it so that they could say that the Joker was in it.
Yeah, he serves no part because he's not in the Suicide Squad.
He doesn't contribute. I mean, fair enough, Harley Quinn's story, but in terms of if it was just a flashback, fair enough, but him actually being in the story the way he was, it just didn't make sense. What are you doing, Archie?
And it's weird that he's coming back in Zack Snyder's Justice League because he wasn't in the Justice League, in Joss Whedon's cut. I've already talked about how they supposedly weren't spending money on reshoots, but now it seems like
They are.
they're doing a 4-hour series, so of course they need to reshoot because they don't have Zack Snyder.
There's no way they could have enough footage.
Nowhere, considering he left halfway through production. So Zack Snyder, you're one big fat liar.
That was better than your last one.
I know. Does that look more like it? Does that look more like a tattoo?
Well,
Do I look like I'm laughing?
I mean, it's got the curvature that a smile should have. Your last one looked a bit like a caterpillar. That one looks like
Do you know what? It looks ridiculous when I tell you I'm going to work with that one. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know what it would contribute to the story.
That Joker just doesn't suit Ben Affleck's Batman. Because Ben Affleck is playing in all the Batman, and Jared Leto, that Joker strikes me as someone who's maybe late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And it's kind of...
He's if Joker was attempting to be a heartthrob is what he is.
Yeah, if it was an indie Joker. Whereas if you took Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and paired that with Ben Affleck's
that would
Joker,
make sense.
because it looks like he's in his late 30s, which is something akin to what Ben Affleck's Batman is. Because it's always my opinion that the Joker should either be older than Batman or just younger than Batman, or just about the same age as Batman.
Yeah.
He should never be, in any case, younger than Batman. I don't like it when he's younger than Batman, because that doesn't make any sense to me. It's just
Psychological, but it makes...
It's an OCD that I've got with the Joker. I don't think he should ever be younger than Batman. Not to say that he is. I'm not saying that that he is, but it just
that's what it would look like. Also, I feel like how Joker in Suicide Squad wasn't dark at all. Whereas if he was going to be coming in this Justice League, which we've already talked about, is incredibly dark.
Yeah.
Just by the looks of the trailer that they released. I don't think it would really fit, which is why it might change him up a bit. But
so the thing as well that's come from that sort of side story is that now there's a lot more sort of backing behind the Aya cut, which is sort of, it's weird.
If that's the reason why they're bringing him in as well, then that's just stupid. I hope that's not the reason they brought him in. It's just so people get behind.
Suicide Squad. And I mean, you know, we're not going to sit here and say that David Ayer was to blame for that film, because we're not. I know he's the director, and obviously DC and the Universal is quite infamous for
Warner Brothers, yeah.
Producer, Warner Brothers, sorry, not Universal.
The import that the producers have is a lot higher than what people might think.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I understand that side of it, but I'm also not one of these. I'm just quite happy going. James going, you make your Suicide Squad because your track record's better, and it's like, then maybe we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
See where that takes us.
Because it does kind of seem like Jim's gone is just going, okay, so forget that Suicide Squad. He is the Suicide Squad. So.
Yeah, it's weird. Next story, because we were talking about Ben Affleck, he is also coming back to do his own HBO series with his Batman.
Yes.
Which I don't know when that's pending. I don't even think it's written yet. I think it's just he signed a contract that means he's going to come back in an HBO Max series as Batman.
Again, though, that's probably just because people complained about the lack of story around Ben Affleck's Batman.
Also, they've got to depend on the success of Justice League as well, because if it's jokey joke Batman, which is what we've had since Batman vs Superman, because it wasn't Joss Whedon that made him jokey, it was Zack Snyder. Watch the end of Batman vs Superman. If it's going to be that Batman again, then I'll not be interested in watching it.
No, I mean, if it's like it shows you why Batman is as dark as he started out to be, then fair enough, kind of. But if he's dark the whole way through, then it wouldn't make any sense. I agree with you on that. But if it's
I would if it was a Batman that was at the beginning of Batman vs Superman, and it was just a series about that, then I would be fine. Like if it's a series telling them how he got like that, I would be fine with that as well. But if it's all jokey Batman, then I'll not be interested in watching it, because it's just not very good.
Yeah.
I don't think Batman should be all jokey.
I feel like Ben Affleck suited that kind of Batman as well, like the one we saw at the beginning of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like, do you feel like Ben Affleck has that look where you just like you can pull off that kind of dark, sick of the world, sick of life look.
Yeah.
Not to be offensive to Ben Affleck, but he just,
he does strike you as that kind of person, yeah.
Not as that kind of person, just that
you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, he's talented. He's a talented actor, Ben Affleck. People who don't think he is are morons.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder then if maybe, do you think we'd see Henry Cavill in that?
Oh, in a Batman series. Yeah, might be.
I mean, like the odd clip, maybe. But then again, we might not.
He wants to play it. He's signed on to do Superman again, so.
Yeah. But then, is that not just to write him off?
I certainly hope not.
Because.
So
we talked about that, about doing that with Ben Affleck on there.
Yeah. The other thing that I read that was weird and now has obviously been dispelled is that the idea behind the Flashpoint was that Ben Affleck would get written out of the show. Yeah. Written out of the series.
We mentioned that, didn't we, last time?
Which obviously can't be the case now because he's going to get his own universe essentially built around him.
Well, unless that's a prequel. Unless that's set before Batman vs Superman, then I guess they could still technically do it.
I suppose, yeah.
Is he going to be directing it? Because I know that was something you wanted, wasn't it? You wanted to direct a Batman.
Well, he wanted to direct his own Batman film, and that was what Matt Reeves' Batman was going to be before Matt Reeves signed on to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of.
I mean, at least I'm kind of happy for him because it's not really fair when you think about it. It's not his fault. He gets a lot of hate from like DC fans for the Batman that he did, but he can only do so much. He can only get a script and act as best as he can with what he's given. So it'll be interesting to see.
I don't blame Ben Affleck for it. He's a good actor. He's a really good actor, so I don't blame him for it. But you know, we'll see, I suppose. And the last point in this one's got nothing to do with DC, but it's got something to do with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, that's a very different.
Yeah. So it's been announced that Margot Robbie is going to play a new Jack Sparrow style character, and Karen Gillan's also going to star in it, but no Johnny Depp. He has been removed.
But permanently?
Well, until further notice, as far as I know.
I mean, I guess if he's going through stuff and he doesn't want to come back, great. But if they're not bringing him back for some daft reason, then, you know.
Thing is, I don't think that this is a character that Johnny Depp would ever want to stop playing, because he's like arguably his most famous character.
Definitely up there, yeah.
You know, and you can see how much fun he has when he's playing the character, and how, you know, when he gets to go places where people recognise him as Jack Sparrow, and he dresses up and everything. You can see him enjoying himself when he went to Disneyland, and he was pretending to be Jack Sparrow
like when
on
he
the ride.
surprised those kids and stuff, yeah.
You could tell how much love he has for that character, and I'll be a bit miffed off if he doesn't come back. Obviously, with everything that's going on in his life at the minute, it's sort of depending on what side of the argument you fall on. We fall on the side of, if there's evidence, then you believe the person who has the evidence, aka Johnny Depp. But you know, that's political, and we're not going to talk about it. It will be sad if he doesn't come back, because
I mean, if the story has nothing to do with Jack Sparrow, then again, fair enough. Maybe if they're like trying to expand that universe, I guess.
Everything's a universe nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's popular, isn't it? People are trying to make more than just one movie. But the thing is, though, like, if they're making a big mistake if they remove Johnny Depp from that, because you put his name on it and people will see it. People love Jack Sparrow and people love Johnny Depp, so it's. I hope that it's the case of he's just going through stuff and they don't want to pressure him to come back, but he's not ready to, and that he will be coming back eventually. But
I hope so.
I don't know.
But Margot Robbie and Karen Gillan coming into it, that's two good actresses.
Karen Gillan is doing a lot now, which is good. She's a good actress.
She's a good actress. Starred in Doctor Who.
She did, yeah.
Made her start in British television.
Well, she's a British person, so.
And she's a very attractive one as well.
You said that about every female actress we talk about.
I know, what can I say? Yeah, so that was a nice, easy, quick video, I suppose. Let us know what you thought of Jared Leto coming back, of Ben Affleck coming back. What do you think about the whole Johnny Depp situation? Should he come back as Jack Sparrow in a future film? Should he not?
Should Pirates of the Caribbean just stop? I feel like the last couple of ones they've done has just been... They weren't as good as the original three.
You're rarely going to get a film that's as good as the original three. The fourth one wasn't very good, but the fifth one wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
Oh, no, absolutely not. But, you know what I mean.
They had Javier Bardem going, Jack Sparrow. You have a Jack Sparrow. You know what Jack Sparrow is?
That was quite sad, that one, as well, I felt like. The end of that one.
When?
The death that happened at the end of that one.
Spoiler alert. Oh, Bob was it? Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Spoiler alert, yeah. But that was quite sad, I felt like. They had a bit of depth to that character.
There was no continuity in that film.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
No, because Jack Sparrow gets given the compass by his captain that died, even though in the original three it clearly states that he bought the compass off Tia Dharma. But I guess we all forgot about Anyway, whatever your opinions are, I simply do not care, because thanks for watching.
I can only apologise.